Hello everyone, my name is Shay, and this is Layla. Today we're going to do our very first episode. It's just an introduction to the whole program. I'm going to share my own story and history with mental health. I'm also going to outline the rest of the program and give you a little idea of what to expect in the future. And we're going to briefly talk about the importance of self-care. Let's get started. Let's just settle into this moment. You can sit either on the floor or on a chair. I'm on the floor right now. Or you can stand, you can be doing the dishes, whatever. But I'd like us all to just take a moment to close our eyes and take a breath together. So let's do that now. Deep breath in. Try to fill everything up. And then push everything out, either through your mouth or through your nose. Ooh, that helped me focus. All right, so first thing I'd like to share with you in this series is my own story. I have always struggled with mental health. I think even when I was a child, at that point I didn't know it, but I definitely had some anxiety as a kid. I was very introverted and had trouble making friends, all that. I've worked through that part of it for sure. And then I would say in my late 20s is when it really came to a head. I had a couple of episodes, I think mostly related to some minor trauma, but also it was very seasonal. It always happened in the wintertime, during the dark time. I went through some crazy times where there was definitely thoughts of suicide. I would say at that point it was more depression than anxiety, just really low. Couldn't get out of bed. Just wanted to sleep all the time because it was just easier to be in sleep mode than to be with reality. I came out of it mostly from the help of others and through therapy, through a lot of medication and trying different things with medication, various different kinds of medication, and pulled out of it. And it was almost like I was living two lives. During the summer, I'd be up, somewhat manic almost, super party, super social, and then in the wintertime I would get antisocial, depressed, and have a really hard time pulling out of it. Then what was really the kicker was when I was pregnant, had a miscarriage, then actually had a vaginal birth with my son, who is now 11, and postpartum, I had a major breakdown. Ended up in the hospital, found a medication that really worked for me and I'm still on today. Anyway, the reason I'm telling you all of this is all very exciting, very uplifting. The reason I'm telling you all of this is through that whole process, through the time during my seasonal depression and then through my postpartum hormonal changes and issues, is I feel like I'm really good at finding what works for me through all of that. So coming into perimenopause, I was very aware that this hormonal change would probably have a huge effect on me and especially on my mental health. And it terrified me for sure. So I decided to be proactive, and I've been experimenting with all kinds of things to try to improve my mental health, because it got frustrating when I, talked to professionals, talked to my doctors, talked even to psychologists and therapists. they want to do what they know. They want to do the medication, they want to do the therapy, but they don't look at the whole thing. They don't look at your whole body, like, or they don't think about, yeah, medication helps, but maybe your diet has something to do with it, or maybe the amount of exercise you're getting has something to do with it. Should you go on hormone therapy? Should you not? Is there ways to manage it without hormone therapy? So anyway, through all that experimenting, I've found something that quote unquote manages my perimenopause. I feel like I'm managing it in my own way, and that's what I hope to help you with. I want to share with you my story, share with you the things I've learned through my whole life journey with with mental health, and hopefully help you find things that might work for you. And it's all a practice. It's all, it's not going to happen right away. It's a life process for me. You gotta try things. You gotta experiment. You gotta give things a shot. You gotta stick with it, commit to it, at least for a while, and see if it works. And it is worth it. I feel so empowered that I am managing this time that did terrify me, and that I'm working my way through it. Now I'm 49. I feel like I started going through perimenopause when I was in my early 40s. I would say even as early as 43, 44, I started having some mood changes and things that were affecting me. So unfortunately, it can start that early, and I went through a phase where I was like, okay, I'm going to turn 50 and it's going to be done. I'm over. I don't think that's going to happen, but in my 49th year, I feel like I see a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm hoping to do all this with humor. I like to perform. I like to be silly, so there will be some silliness. I want to really emphasize the importance of taking some time to take care of yourself. I think lesson number 1 is self-care has to happen if you're going to manage this, especially without medication or hormone therapy. You need to take time to yourself. And for me, I took it as such a priority that I work part-time because of it, because work is really overwhelming to me. So, I mean, that's the extreme that I went to, that I've found that since I went part-time with my work, it just makes everything better. I'm not saying that you should quit your job, or, especially if your job is fulfilling to you, don't do that. But, definitely take some time, either daily, weekly, monthly. Take some time, set it aside to actually do something for you. And I'm going to give you a lot of tools and things that you can do in that time. But the first step is communicating with the people around you, your family, friends, that you are going to take this time. And it is essential for you and also for them. Your relationship with them will improve if you take time for you. And again, think of it as a practice. It's not going to come right away. Maybe this time comes first thing in the morning. Maybe it comes right before bed. Maybe it's all day long. You gotta take that time for yourself. Format of this series is I'm gonna have some vlog entries that are gonna be kind of like this, just me talking to the camera about how things are going for me, just so you know my process and what I'm going through in the now, in the present. But then I'm also going to have some instructional videos on things that you can actually do to help with your mental health, especially at this time of your life. We're going to do a lot of mindfulness and meditation exercises. I'm going to lead you through one today. I'm going to talk a lot about nature therapy and how that's helped me. Different kinds of movement and quote-unquote exercise that is good for this time. talk about diet and how improved diet and even just little steps you can take with that. As intimidating as it is, we're going to talk about sleep, importance of sleep. We're going to talk about the lovely pelvic floor issues that come through this time of life, especially if you've given birth. I'm going to talk about pelvic floor and things that have worked for me around that. I'm going to talk about journaling, and then at some point I'm going to actually go into the science around menopause and what is actually happening in your body. I'm no expert on that, but I've done a lot of research, and I've found that the more I understand about it, it really helps me get through it. I look forward to guiding you through some amazing things that I've discovered over the years, with more actual stuff you can do. For now, though, I'd like to do a little mindfulness exercise. So if you're just listening to me, busy doing something, you can either pause the video and wait until the time when you can actually sit and be mindful, or if you're sitting and focused on me, let's do it right now. So I call this a senses mindfulness, a check-in. We're going to check in with our senses. It allows us to go inward and really hopefully settle that monkey mind and get into our bodies a little bit. So what I'd like you to do is close your eyes. I'm going to do it too. And I'm just going to be silent for a few moments. And I'd like you to just focus on any sounds that are around you right now. And you're going to pick out 4 sounds. So silence, 4 sounds. Then I'd like you to open your eyes and just scanning the room very quickly, pick out 4 colors that pop out to you. And close your eyes again. This time I'd like you to pick out 3 sensations on the surface of your body. So what sensations do you have on your skin in various parts of your body? Find 3 of those with your eyes closed. And then with your eyes closed, I'd like you to take a deep breath with me in through the nose. And out through the nose or mouth all the way out. All right, that was our mindfulness exercise. Hopefully it helped you ground. Feel free to play this back anytime you need it. And have a great day. Oh. What are you talking